Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Trisha Creativemind Creations, and today I have it's not really a project share. This is more for like storage. So I was got up and I started doing this morning, cleaning off some bottles that I had to come up with an idea because I want to do something different in a swap that I'm in, and so I wanted to do something that had to do with storage. So when I was cleaning these off, I said, you know what, I'll make a video of these, because I know some of you already probably do this, but so I'm going to share it anyway. And I'm also going to show you how I clean. These are just pretty much spice bottles that I use for storage. And I got a whole thing of a lot of them behind me. I'm going to show you that I put stuff in. This is just a few of them. And I just put like things like this in. You know, my sequins, and I got some other belts. I got a whole thing behind me that I got stacked behind me. So I thought maybe I would show you guys how I clean these for usage. Okay, so I'm going to be using these for, I got another one, I think. I thought there was another one. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to use this set of 5. And I'm going to make this as like a little storage unit for someone. I don't know if I use 4 or 5 of them because these are the ones I have. Most of that's all the same. So I was cleaning these off when I came up with the idea what I was going to do for this swap. And some of these I always got cleaned up. Those are clean. And that's clean. It's just not dry. Okay, these are the last ones I got to clean. Okay, so how I get the paper off, because unfortunately with these plastic bottles, these containers, the label it's got adhesive all over the paper, so you just can't like peel off a part and then pull it off like you can with jars. But these plastic containers, these spice containers, they have the adhesives all over the paper, so it sticks all the way around the container. So I found an easier way to get it off, to get the adhesive off, is first you're going to need some Goo Gone. I think I got this big bottle at Walmart, but I have little small bottles of it that every once in a while I pick up when I go to Dollar Tree, because I love this stuff and I don't want to run out of it. So I use this, and I also use, and I forgot my darn time, I'm going to use something else because I'm doing this in the house. And another thing I use, and you can use paper towels, dried out baby wipes or whatever, which I'm going to get one of those because I had a towel, a rag that I was using to wipe them off in the house, and I didn't bring that with me, so I gotta get something else. So I got a pack of baby wipes that I just left open to dry out, because I use these like when I'm wiping up glue, and sometimes I use the wet ones too to wipe the glue. You want to leave a residue. But anyway, I'm gonna use this. And I got some of these. Again, you can use paper towels or whatever you have on hand, but I use some of these. I got like a couple of little drawers of these. These are just pieces of felt that I cut when I use for my alcohol inks. So I just use these every once in a while for other things too. So I grabbed 2 of them. And how I get the paper off, the easy way I figured out how to get the paper off first, because it's going to be hard to scrape it off when it's dry. It's just not going to come off. I mean, you'd be scraping, peeling little tiny pieces forever. So what I do is I soak these in water. It'll go faster if you put it in hot water. And I decided to put these on my kitchen sink with hot water, and they fill with water, so they stay underwater. And you just probably let them sit in there for like 10 minutes or something like that. And a couple of these took a little bit longer for it to come off. I think it was these 2. But these other ones, I let them sit in the water for like 10 minutes. These are 2 new bottles I used to start buying spices. Mrs. Dash, I'm trying to cut down my salt. So these are 2 new bottles I got because they got yellow tops, and those are the spices I use. You can see are black. But anyway, so I just set these in water, let these sit in water for about 10 minutes, and then I used, what did I do with it? You can use a box cutter or your X-Acto knife or whatever. I use this because it's a bigger blade, and it just easily comes off. When it's wet, you just scrape it right off. Now, it's okay if you leave a little bit of the paper on there, because that'll come off. So that's how I did that. That's the easy way to do it, because like I said, these things, the paper on these is very hard to come off. So then next what I do is I get my Goo Gone. off. I haven't opened it. And with this big bottle, I didn't pull, you know how you pull that tab off? I didn't pull off, I just stuck a pin in there. So it's like a squirt bottle. Because so I just squirt something on there, kind of fill up real good. And what we're going to do is you're just going to lightly put a light coat on it. I love Goo Gone and I especially buy it for this purpose, to get adhesive off. And I'm just going to put a light coat on there. And then just let that sit. I'm going to do the next one. Wherever you see that glue, just put a light coat on it. And the Goo Gone eats through this adhesive. Even the paper, like I said, it doesn't matter. So you can see that it's transparent, it's clear. You know that it's soaked and it'll come right off. So again, I'm just putting a light coat. I'm just rubbing it on. And we're going to let it sit for a few minutes. I'm going to do all of these. Because I do these a lot. But like I said, I've come up with a method how to get this off. Because, again, this adhesive ain't no joke when it's trying to get it off. If you want to use these containers for storage or anything like that. So last one. I think we need to put some more on here. And just put a light coat on there. Like I said, the paper, just rub it on until it's you can tell that it's wet. And all you have to do is let that sit for a few minutes. Probably didn't have that long on some of these. Now, next one I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and use the same thing I just wiped these off with. And I'm just going to start rubbing. Well, you know what? Let's do this because that one's a little harder. I know this adhesive here is easy to come off. Now, you don't have to let it soak. You can just start rubbing. But I do it this way because I'm going to go a lot. So by the time I get to the next one, it'll be easier. I don't have to do as much rubbing and putting as much elbow grease in it. And if you want, you can just take this and scrape it some more. But you sometimes have to be careful with this because you don't want your plastic to be scratched up. So, but it's no biggie. I just rub it. Sometimes use my nail to scrape it off where the paper is. And it comes right off. And you can see when it comes off. And so you just rub, 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 rub. Now, the thing about this, when you're wiping this Goo Gone off, because it's like an oil base, it's really greasy like. Well, I don't know if they say oil, but it's greasy. So, one time when I started doing this, I didn't do what I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. I tried to wash it off with soap and water. It worked, but I had to, even with Dawn, I don't know why, or Ajax, it doesn't cut through grease like it does for you to do with cooking grease. Even though it's like oily, got an oily feel to it. So I guess I'm assuming it's not the same adhesive oil or whatever. It's not the same as when you cooking oil. It cuts through that. So now you'll see it's like a little gummy stuff. I'll come off there. You can choose to wipe that off or not, but I always like to get it off before I get this. Okay, now you can use a paper towel, or just dry baby wipe. And like I said, instead of me trying to wipe it with soap and water, I do it with this. I just wipe, and it comes off. Now, after you do this, if you still want to clean it or wipe it off, wipe the soap and water, then you can go ahead and do it after that. But trying to do it right after you get the adhesive off, it's extra work. And it just comes right off. You just like buffering it off. I wish I brought the towel here because it's bigger. And the adhesive is off. Now I already washed it out so you can see the water in it. So I'm going to see if I can put this in here and try to dry this out. And of course, you can tell if you miss some spots of the adhesive or whatever. You can just you can look at it, or you can like tap and see if it's still tacky on some spots. You know that you can get it off, and you just take it, go back and just wipe it off some more. But I don't know if y'all hit the Goo Gone or not, but I love the stuff. And just wipe it off, and it's doesn't have that greasy feel to it. So I love this. And then I'll get my or whatever blade I'm using right now. I'm using my box cutter. And if you can't pull this off with your hands, now I'm not particular about getting this all off, but because I'm doing this as something I'm going to be giving it a swap and for storage, I'm going to get all this off. And be careful with the knife, of course. And I'm just going to be scrape that off. Like I said, you can use a box cutter or whatever you got. Like sometimes this you can pull it off with your fingernails to scrape it off. And sometimes it's not so hard to get off. I mean, it's not so easy to get off. But there's that one. And the thing about these two also is that they have these holes like the spices come to. I don't, unless I'm putting like smaller sequins in here or something, or glitter, which I'm never going to go. I don't think I'm ever going to put glitter in these things. Or something that's small to go through the holes, then you can just flip that open and use it like you would the spices. But most of the time, I'm always just taking the lid off. So I just like them because they, you know, that. So now when I go to the next one again, because this has been seeped in, it's not going to take a lot dependent on the adhesive. So this is going to take some elbow grease because this is not coming off. So I might have to sec this some more. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, well, that's the same bottle, so I know it's going to be the same kind of adhesive. Let's see. These are going to be a lot harder to get off. These are the only ones that I've ever come across. This is soft. Where, so I'm going to scrape this paper off. Where the adhesive is hard to get off. You're going to have to let that soak a minute. I mean, put on another layer, a thicker layer of the Goo Gone. So it dissolve through that. All right, now this one, this is coming off pretty easy. I'm just scraping off the paper. Now you can rub it off too, but it's just easy to go ahead and get the knife and scrape it off. See, that's the paper. You can probably do this also to get the adhesive off. I'm gonna go back to the other one with the adhesive that's on my paper. The adhesive is on there pretty good. I mean, it's like thick adhesive. I don't know. Well, not thick. I don't know, but it's not coming off as easy as the other ones usually do. Yeah, like this. Now you can probably get away with scraping it off with a knife. Because had I not put the Goo Gone on there, that wouldn't be coming off so easily. Because again, when I soak these in water to soften up the paper, I soak it, and then I had to do some one swipe and it comes off most times. So let's get a clean one. These are kind of small, so sometimes I have to use more than two. But, and so now it's coming off easier. Sorry guys, my battery died. Okay, so some of the adhesive, then put it on the adhesive. You might have to put a little more elbow grease behind it. And then, like, some of this stuff come off. And I come to find out that the blade really doesn't scratch the plastic all that much, if at all. So, if you're afraid to do that, you can probably get some plastic scrubbers, like the ones you use for scrubbing dishes. Like, if you don't want to scratch up your pots and pans or whatever, you can try using that. And it won't actually leave scratches on the surface. See, it feels rough, but probably because it's either adhesive on that. No, I left scratches. there's scratches on this. But like I said, if you're don't care about scratches, then no problem. I don't know if that's scratches or still adhesive. I know some of it's scratches. And I didn't clean this one out really well. Actually, I didn't clean it out at all. I just had it in the water. I forgot to actually clean it. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna put some more adhesive on here. Sometimes you can probably just put some more adhesive on it and let it sit longer. And it'll come off. But if you're impatient like I am at this moment, you can just get the knife and scrape it off. So yeah, these Mrs. Dash bottles, these adhesive on here is different from what I usually use. So if you guys use a lot of spices, and this is a good idea for storage. And sometimes you can go ahead and wipe it off at least a little bit to see how much adhesive you got left, and then just take this and just put on the layer. Like I said, you can just let it sit for however long. The longer it sits, the more the Goo Gone will eat through the adhesive. And then, like I said, you won't have to rub as much or as long, or put as much elbow grease in it. Because you know what, I'm pressing on this. Sometimes I'm also using my nail. Yeah, dropped it. I want to try to get this one clean without leaving scratches on it, like I did the other one. If I start dropping it. Like I said, you can use something bigger. Or you can use a baby wipe with this too, you know, to put on the Goo Gone on. You know, dried up baby wipe. Or a towel, like an old rag or something that you use. Sometimes I use that. Which I don't have one out here in my craft shed with me. I need to get one though. I need to bring one out. Like I said, if you just kind of use your nail, just scrape that off. Like I said, you can see it. And yeah, snap. Got little few scratches on here, but not as bad. So I just turn it this way because if I then the lid will come off. Let's see. Let's pour some of this water. I don't know if I can get that in to dry it. You don't have to dry it like that if you don't want to. I'm just drying it for video purposes. I didn't dry it good, but there, it's clean. Got scratches on it, so yeah. That's because I had to use my knife because that adhesive on there was just a little bit different from what I usually having to use to get off. So let's see if we can go back to this one. See, this is one that I probably didn't have to use except to get the paper off. Now these bottles, the ones I usually get with the black tops, they the adhesive usually comes off pretty easy. And once you let the Goo Gone sit on there for a minute, and you don't have to use a knife and scratch up your surface. This will be the last one I'll show you, because Like I said, you can feel for it or you can see it. And then you just wipe it off. I really wish I would have brought the towel here that I was using for this, because this I had to wipe your hands because it gets on your hands. Just wipe your hands off so you can grip it better. And just wipe it off. And let me dump this water out of here. You know what, guys, let me get another dry baby wipe so I can dry it out, because if I use that one too much, then I've been in had a little bit of the residue on the inside of the inside. I don't want that. Just gonna. Yes, I craft with a butter knife. I had this brought from my kitchen. I even got a fork out here to make my fork bowls. Y'all probably seen that video. Yep. And there's an adhesive-free bottle. It's dry, it's clean. Oh, let's dry the lid. Now this lid, this kind of doesn't have like that. You have to take it off. It's not like the one that you can pop open. This is another one you have to take all the way off. But that one's one you have to take off, and this one, no, this pops open. So again, you can use either side of that or whatever you put in there. Like these, they pop open like that. Got the hole, or you could just whatever you put in here, you can just take the screw lid off to use it. But that, guys, is how I clean my spice bottles to use for storage. Let me wipe some of this Goo Gone up. And so if y'all didn't know what Goo Gone was and what it's used for or what it's good for, there you go. Love Goo Gone. Again, you can buy little bottles of it at Dollar Tree, but I got this big bottle at Walmart's. And the only reason why I got this big bottle at Walmart, because the Dollar Tree that I went to, I needed some and they didn't have any at the time, so I just went and got the big bottle, and it's not that expensive. So I love the stuff. So let's see, I got this bottle, that was clean, that was clean. So I have these. I think I gotta do some more work on this one, but all these are clean. See, clean, clear bottles you can use for storage. And I still gotta finish getting the adhesive off of those. But these are the 5 bottles that I'm going to be using. I'm going to make some kind of container which she can put them in, so it can be, she can put anything in them for storage, because I don't know if I'm going to use all 5 of these. But yeah, they're all much pretty the same. Wait a minute, is this the same? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to be using these containers to make a little storage unit for my partner in a swap that I'm in. I'm not going to say who, because I don't want her to see it yet. It's supposed to be a surprise gift in the swap. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing next, and I'll be showing y'all guys what I come up with when I get finished with cleaning them up and making a carrier for it, or you know, whatever. And hope that'll turn out right, or like normally things turn out better than I expected. But that is what I want to show you guys today. So you all have a crafty day. See you later.